What if the person you think you are is only the shadow of who you've become? Or some thoughts do not speak in words. Every night, your mind builds worlds you forget by morning. But what if those worlds are more real than this one? In the quiet space between what we know and what we feel, there exists a realm too vast for ordinary language. A realm where meaning drifts like smoke and truth reveals itself not in facts but in fragments, sensations, and symbols. And this is where abstract thought's asterisk begins. Welcome, dear viewers, to a journey not across places, but across states of mind, where every image is a question, every silence a mirror, and every color a whisper from the unconscious. Tonight, I invite you to step beyond the visible edges of reality and enter the landscape of the unseen, the emotional architecture beneath daily life that we so often ignore. Think of the mind as a canvas stretched across infinity, stained with memory, layered with fear, illuminated by desire, and brushed over by time itself. We wake each day believing we are moving through a solid world of names, routines, and explanations. Yet beneath the surface there is another current, a hidden river of intuition, contradiction, dreams, and unresolved longing. This channel was born for that river. Here, we do not seek neat answers, we seek resonance. We do not chase conclusions, we chase the feeling of standing at the threshold of understanding, where mystery itself becomes beautiful. Imagine a single drop of black ink falling into clear water. At first it seems insignificant, almost fragile, but then it blooms outward, branching into forms that resemble galaxies, roots, storms, and veins. One thought can do the same. A single question: who am I when no one is watching? What remains after loss? Why does beauty so often carry sadness within it? Can expand through the psyche until it colors the entire way we see existence. That is the essence of abstract thought, not the denial of reality, but the deepening of it. Art has always known this truth before philosophy could name it. A brushstroke can confess what language cannot. A shape can remember what the conscious mind has buried. A shadow in a painting can contain more honesty than 100 spoken explanations. As artists of thought, we are not merely observers of life, we are translators of the invisible. Every frame you see here, every word that moves through these videos, is crafted like a painting made not with pigment, but with emotion, metaphor, and atmosphere. The world teaches us to prioritize clarity, but the soul often speaks in ambiguity. A dream never arrives with bullet points. A memory never returns in perfect order. Love itself is abstract, impossible to hold and yet powerful enough to alter destinies. Why then should our exploration of existence be anything less than poetic? In this space, confusion is not failure. It is the beginning of insight. The most profound realizations often arrive disguised as uncertainty. Consider the sky at dusk, that sacred hour when nothing is fully day or fully night. It is in between, undefined, and because of that it becomes breathtaking. Human consciousness lives in that same twilight. We are creatures suspended between instinct and intellect, flesh and idea, history and possibility. We are unfinished paintings, always becoming. Perhaps that is why abstraction moves us so deeply. It reflects our truest form, the self, not as a fixed identity, but as a living process. When you stare into an abstract image long enough, you begin to notice that the artwork is also staring back, not with eyes, but with recognition. It reveals patterns your rational mind missed. It gives shape to emotions you were unable to name. It reminds you that meaning is not always found. Sometimes it is created in the act of witnessing. This is the silent collaboration between artist and observer, between speaker and listener, between this channel and your inner world. Every episode of Abstract Thoughts is an invitation to pause the mechanical rhythm of modern life and listen to the deeper frequencies beneath it. The world moves fast, demanding instant reactions, instant opinions, instant certainty, but truth matures in stillness. Reflection requires space. Art requires patience. Understanding requires surrender. To truly see, we must sometimes stop trying so hard to define. There is wisdom in allowing the mind to wander through symbolic corridors, through questions without doors, through emotional rooms lit only by intuition. Some of the greatest discoveries of the self happen there. Think of the moments that changed you most profoundly. Were they always logical? Or did they arrive as a feeling, a realization with no obvious source, a strange clarity that emerged from chaos? That is the language we speak here. The abstract is not detached from reality. It is reality distilled into essence. Grief is abstract. Hope is abstract. Time is abstract. Even identity itself is a collage of stories, masks, memories, and projections. We are all, in some sense, living works of abstract art, compositions of contradiction. Strength and fragility coexist within us. We crave freedom yet seek structure. We desire connection yet protect our solitude. The human spirit is not linear, and so our storytelling should not be either. Here, narrative becomes atmosphere. Thought becomes texture. Silence becomes part of the composition. As a professional artist approaches the blank canvas, there is always a sacred tension in the first mark, because that first gesture is not merely creation, it is commitment. It says, I am willing to discover what I do not yet understand. That is the same courage required for inner exploration. To confront the abstract dimensions of one's own consciousness is to accept that not every truth will be comfortable. Some truths arrive as beautiful fractures. Some arrive as the realization that what we called certainty was merely fear wearing the mask of order. Yet even in that discomfort, there is elegance. Broken symmetry can be more compelling than perfection. The cracks in our perception are often where the light enters. This channel exists for those moments, for the souls who feel too deeply for surface-level explanations, for the minds that cannot help but question the invisible scaffolding beneath existence. If you have ever looked at a city at night and felt that the glowing windows resembled thoughts inside a collective mind, if you have ever stood before a painting and felt it awaken a memory you didn't know you had, if you have ever sensed that loneliness and wonder are somehow siblings, then you already belong here. Abstract Thoughts is more than a YouTube channel. It is a gallery of consciousness, a cinematic meditation on the spaces between idea and emotion. Every script is painted with intention, every phrase chosen not just for meaning but for mood, rhythm, and psychological texture. Because art is not only what we see, it is what we are transformed into after experiencing it. The most meaningful creations do not tell us what to think. They alter the architecture of how we think. They rearrange the furniture of the mind. They make old rooms feel unfamiliar and hidden doors suddenly visible. This is why abstraction remains timeless. It refuses to expire because it does not depend on trends. It depends on the eternal patterns of human feeling. A circle can become a universe. A shadow can become memory. A dissolving face can become the story of identity itself. Through abstraction, we approach the unspeakable with reverence rather than fear. We learn that mystery is not emptiness but depth. We realize that the unknown is not always something to conquer. Sometimes it is something to inhabit. And perhaps that is the secret heart of this channel, not to solve the riddle of existence, but to make the riddle feel intimate, beautiful, and alive. So as you continue this journey with abstract thoughts, allow yourself to release the need for immediate understanding. Let the images breathe inside you. Let the words settle like dust on old memories. Let the questions echo longer than the answers. Because the mind is not a machine built only for solutions. It is also a cathedral for wonder. In the end, the most profound art does not close the conversation. It opens a deeper one within the self. And long after the video ends, long after the screen fades to black, the true masterpiece begins in the quiet theater of your own thoughts, where symbols continue to evolve, meanings continue to unfold, and the abstract becomes suddenly, unmistakably personal. This is where art transcends entertainment and becomes transformation. This is where thought becomes vision. This is where the invisible finally finds form. And this, beautifully and endlessly, is Abstract Thoughts.